probably a lot of startups. We are very competitive in the startup front. I also, being part of this thing, we do not run a lot of startups, especially on IT sectors and all, right? So I've spent so much time, like more than like 1,000 startups. I've interacted with all of them, right, and see what is the problem and all those things, right? They're all on incubation, but the problem is that after running all this startup problem, the minimum time that you can get funds is 6 months or more. Let's say you win some startup, right, some function or some program, you will not get the money at all, even if it's like 4 to 5 lakhs, right? Just to give an example, that Manipur government runs a startup Manipur, right? You can just ask how many people have got that money. Those like 2 to 3 kind of lakhs, those are peanuts, right? That you can just simply give out with all those paperwork, right? You can ask anyone, nobody has got money till now, after the first initial plans of that, right? So that kind of destroys all confidence of the people, right? That I can't, where should I get growth, right? So that is one thing. You can definitely help us. And so it all kind of circles back into how much the government is performing on their KPIs, right? One last thing, is the TREDS, right? I wanted to ask you, if you build the government, right, can you apply this TREDS? Because the government itself delays a lot of the payment, because this whole economy that is running in Manipur is run by government, okay, the funds, right? So a lot of delay is happening here. So
I'll answer some of this. So in terms of what is focused on ramp, right? The first one we talked about symptoms. The idea is, the whole idea of a ramp came from COVID, right? That this something that was unexpected came out of nowhere. It harmed a lot of businesses. And they have suffered. So what support can be provided? The whole idea of a ramp is based on something that occurred, which is a symptom, in terms of how we can support, remove whatever issues was faced because of it. In the context of Manipur, the conflict also happened. So you have had those, which I discussed. You have had those 5 years of issues that have come up. Now those issues were the ones that were basically discussed and identified when we discussed this with over 1,000 MSMEs across 16 districts. It wasn't just, let's say, in the hills or just the valley, but the entire state. And then the solutions that have been proposed are accordingly. And if you also see in my discussion with sir, we talked about compliances. We talked about, ensuring all the necessary things that needs to be ensured for a company to properly function. And so we are not just talking about, okay, this is a symptom, let's do this to tackle that, but we are also looking at a larger long-term goal in terms of, the MSME being compliant, having, tackled all the previous issues and starting afresh after this duration that has been the last 5 years is over. So that was what, in terms of whatever our thought process was with industries department and everything in coming up with the solution. The second thing was on accountability of the project. So here we have under RAMP proposed a portal which is MSME One portal. It is dedicatedly for Manipur, and you can track the progress of the entire project on that portal. It will be designed as such that the entire project progress over the course of next 3 to 5 years can be tracked, and we'll have KPIs. We have KPIs under RAMP, right? So you can track the overall progress versus the KPI versus whatever the interventions are, whatever the budgets are, whatever the MSME to be benefited targets are on the portal. So complete accountability, MSME One portal for Manipur, that is going to be developed, and then the progress can be tracked over there. So it is an MIS system where the progress of the entire project can be tracked, right? So those are two of the major things that we talked about. The other, in terms of support, another thing that I remember is startup support. So as I mentioned, I also mentioned that right now it is 3 lakh. Now again, see, startup hackathon is just one thing to basically promote the idea of startup in this state. It's because even if somebody wins, only 3 people are going to win, right? There's only one first, one second, and one third. But other than that, the idea was that there are a lot of government schemes, central and state, through which a person can take the benefit when they are starting their own business or they want to expand upon what their business is. UNNATI being one of them, right? And for that we have a MSME facilitation cell. This cell will be dedicatedly put up under RAM project, right? And the proper details in terms of who the sale representatives are, their name, their phone number, their location, where you can reach them. All those details will be provided so that you can directly reach them. And these sales will, again, both export promotion sale and MSME facilitation sale will have targets, quantitative targets. It's not like, okay, they are there, but under the project there will be quantitative targets in terms of the support they have to provide, right? So again, measured, and then also measured through the MSME one portal. So you have all the support that is going to be provided under the project.
Okay, thank you. Let's hope that works out for the best of
Definitely,
everybody here. Thank
definitely.
you.